OKFM 101.7.
Honorable Ras Mubarak, a former MP for Kumbungu. Now you know entry and come okay 101.7 CD. Honorable, the channel pay.
Nada me hoye na me gidi se muso mo hoye
Ya mu ye pa na boko de
boko
oh nice
one na me bisa I say we ejuma Saturday
ayo Saturday de
labor laws Monday to Saturday
yeah I oh wow Monday say wa kasa kanina wo it was a passion there.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But I'm hoping that
oh yes. When we are me feeling. Oh yeah. Now, honorable no I can say.
Well, Rebecca said, all is well that ends well. You know, who about to say Council of State elections. You start saying, you know, incident and accident because we had a district in the country in the northern region especially do not acquire yet na pro you know from one district to the other Myong, Yendi, Saboba, Gushegu, Nanton, Karaga, Sabulugu, Bimbila Wulensi, Zabzubu Tatale, Pandai, Hodina Yoko, a prof. And I said, we spent time visiting delegates in those areas. You know, even though we didn't win, you know, even though Minyare, but the fact said, we are running a very clean, a very successful campaign. No? It's something that I'm extremely happy about. I mean, we have the whole world ahead of us. And Mama Panya also. Now, Chief Colonel Retired, Kaniru Mahmoud Abaso. I'm the re-emerged winner of the elections. Or you'll be also in his capacity as a soldier, once of my sumpa. We're all running, hoping to win. At the end of the day, one winner in a contest will emerge. Now, me take consolation in the fact that these things are part of the cuts and bruises of politics. Because we are against obey politicians. You would win some elections, you would lose some elections. It's natural. You know, and I can give you the history. I haven't lost primaries, you know, to President Kufuor. I haven't lost an election in 2008 to President Mills, 2012 to President Mahama. Or you're not just saying, lose to primary, no cry, or back to pay after. He wouldn't have been president today. You know, or lose to 2008, 2009. Or you're not just saying, that is the end. He wouldn't have been president today. And as a politician, no, we keep soldiering on. We keep trying, you know. There may be some good days and there may be some bad days, but ultimately, whatever the outcome, you take it in good faith and you plan the next campaign as well.
Na experience na to say any general elections no difference wo mo.
Okay, FM.
You know, electoral college is very small. Almost 32 because the law is that 2 delegates per district. It is depending on the size of the regional and the number of districts in the region. Maybe have 32 delegates. In some regions, we won't do 32 delegates, and in some regions, almost 32 delegates. If you have an electoral college and just as small as 32 delegates, and very tricky. And normally, with such elections, I don't know whether you've analyzed the results from the entire country, but no have be a winners really now. We can say en bloc. Do gonna decide they will vote in a particular way. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm sure say.
But we want to say yeah, I will vote too in a partisan manner, and answer with you. That is not the bone of contention.
Also, district assembly is a district assembly election, council of state elections, and not partisan. And you find that you're I'm on yourself. And my campaign was on the fact that if I say assembly members here NDC, assembly members be LPP, only on also other council of state who are and making out more or minor everything. It's acronym because imagine I say if you come to Kwame and the council of states or more educated on the two of my baby apple and you say yes you are persons with disability or more you are a man or more Sasuna, you were but unfortunately, that message didn't go well with delegates who felt said, and said, yeah, they must said, will be at many feet, and I'm happy. I'm proud that, instead of, saying the discouragement to run, we contested because these are all things that give you experiences. These are all things that make you a better politician. And my principle about life is that nothing ventured, nothing gained. And as I've said already, Kwame, you will lose some, you will lose some. It is part of politics. There is no political party in the world that wins elections at all times. And there's no proper politician who may not have lost an election before, that is the way it is. Now go for the democracy, because Choko in all things we must give thanks anyway.
Yeah.
If I went into this election knowing said, but I also knew said, and then Adam, and as a person of faith. Now, no, a said, for other crown our efforts with success. If it hasn't happened, I still must give thanks. That is the beauty of life. At the end of the day, you are I didn't know. So, some may say, oh, a man the same one as the uncle man the same. For me, the better candidate won. Whether he's MDC or MPP, I believe his message was more, and that's the most acceptable to the delegates than probably my message and the messages of the rest of the competitors.
And a question because can we Honorable Ras Mubarak will be winning now Okoye, Council of State member, Wabaya more like a statesman. Then Unanka was say goodbye to politics now. I'm a Musuno. Yes, when you said the next 4 years, we will contest the primary.
Well, the attorney said, to be honest with you, it would have been great for the country. Like our party in government, now as part of the government advisors, will be a well-known, NBC figure. I mean, you can imagine how beautiful it would have been for our democracy. You can imagine how beautiful it would have been for our country to have as one of those advisors, a young person. Okay? But like you rightly said, being on the Council of State puts you above politics. I mean, having contested for Council of State elections, men can say, I'm on yourself, but ultimately, there are a lot of things that I would not do. Okay? As part of the new, if for want of a better word, the new Ras Mubarak. Because Council of State elections is something I want to give a shot again. It is something that I wouldn't do that because maybe you told me, and maybe say maybe I told you no, so it will plug up those holes are. Who knows? In 4 years we may win it. The other way he tried it 4 years ago. He lost to Nico Sejani. He came back again and won it. You know, and in every election you assess it. Currently, it's too early to say what to do because I mean, even with the Council of States, as a assembly elections. Now, the composition of even with parliamentary primary, as I said, the party mono, you have branch elections, you have constituency elections, you have regional elections. You know, so you have to assess all of these things. I mean, for instance, say party reorganization. Now, but I said, or more party maybe or more branch executives. I said, constituency and regional executives are hostile to me. Obviously, it wouldn't make sense, you know, to go and run in a very hostile environment. I became an MP Kwame when the party had expanded the electoral college of the NDC and given every NDC member an opportunity to determine who becomes candidate. That system was changed 4 years on. And I believe that if it were a system that was maintained for the 2019 elections, I can say without any PFS, I would have been in Parliament now. You know, and now Kumbungo, if you look at my popularity rating, it's still very, very high among the masses in Kumbungo. And you need to analyze the 2020 results in Kumbungo, you know, for parliamentary to see, you know, and compare it to 2016 to see how well we performed in 2016. You know, so the candidate you put forward in any election, even if it's your stronghold, you know, determines how much votes you would get. And in fact, you know, if you put a candidate who may not be a popular candidate among the general populace, and it could affect your vote in spite of your best efforts to win. You know, so the dynamics would and that's a decision to run either for parliament or for council of states one would be hinged on how the reorganization of the party goes. I've always been of the opinion that about the party reorganization, stakeholders, they should decide how they want to lead or who they want to lead them. And then, you know, we are not vested interest, special interest, I won't endorse. But I'm a believer of a level playing field for everybody. You know, that's what it is. Politics, you would win some, you would lose some. And it doesn't mean that the fact that you've lost an election, that's the end of the road for you.
Medasiano paper na say pa in your current state between MPship and the Council of State, you know, which one pan a with next preference?
So on any day I'll choose Council of State over MP. On any day I'll choose Council of State over MP. I'll choose Council of State over MP because there's too much partisanship. And some of us probably, because of our inability to be overly partisan, that is why probably, you know, we face some of these challenges. Council of State, in terms of stature, is a very ambitious. Okay. Yeah. In terms of the ability to rise back, you know, beyond the fray, obviously, it's about ambitious. And for me, you know, being able to give a voice of young people in the Council of State, for instance, is something that I would love to do on any day. My candidates are coming. Has seen the fact that the Council of State is not only for senior citizens. Because until I ran, and I remember on one of our NDC platforms, you know, a former minister who is a former MP as well was making the point that, oh, but why would I be running for an election that is meant for all people? Somebody who had risen to the minister and the former MP, you would expect that Onukwano would know that Council of State is not only for but you know, the constitution is clear. So, and then again, who said it's not something only meant for senior citizens. That's a persons with disability. That is how you build a country. You know, with diversity comes better decision making. Diversity, you know, and inclusion. May everything. Persons with disability. Young people in the womb, senior citizens in the womb, and all that. Yet it's a trick now. It's no body. It's not as anti-cattle. For a good better, it's encouraging that. Because wisdom inherently is not in the it's not in the minds of senior citizens alone. And finally, a final point on this. Who had the prophets go out and go for Aswaf war? You know, the prophets of, you know, whether from the Quranic point of view or the biblical point of view. Look at the ages of the prophets. Largely, people in their prime, largely people in their you know, youthful age. And no, we have energy at this youthful age. You have energy to serve your country. If you are a senior citizen, I strongly believe so. Having served for a very long time, men can say senior citizens should lead the stage for young people. But it's better if they are behind and guiding the youth and guiding young people on how we can make this great country a better one for all of us.
Honorable Medasano Bay.
Medasano, let me show you.
So Honorable Ras Mubarak. Any train come K101.7 Sunni.
OKFM 101.7.